This is still the best damn football show on the internet.
Period. On the mic, watch the whole field crumble. Breaking down the blitz, every play, every struggle. This the hardest in the game. Welcome inside the huddle. Step inside the huddle. Step inside the huddle. Step inside the huddle. Welcome inside the huddle. Step inside the huddle. Step inside the huddle. Step inside the huddle. Welcome inside the huddle. Yeah, we crash like linebackers hitting full speed collisions, calling out the truth, no fluff, just precision. Mel letting loose with the facts, no missing. Religious bringing heat like a fourth down mission. From the kickoff to the last second breath, we analyze the grind every inch, every step. This a battlefield where legends get muscle. And if you want the real talk, step inside the huddle. What the fuck? Step inside the huddle where the real ones rumble. Mel and Moolich on the mic, watch the whole field crumble. Breaking down the blitz, every play, every struggle. This the hardest in the game. Welcome inside the huddle.
What's good? What's popping? It's your boy. I'm in the building by myself. Troy's got family things to do. Moolah will pop in here any moment. So I decided to get the thing cracking by myself. So good, baby. We got this. All right. So you saw the thumbnail. We're going to get straight to the meat and potatoes of it all. So we're going to get to it. So the thumbnail. Everybody's up in arms. Everybody's upset. Shedeur made the Pro Bowl. Now, it wasn't like he made the Pro Bowl, but he made the Pro Bowl. I'm not mad at him. Basically, it was addition by subtraction. Okay, let's get to this. The Pro Bowl quarterbacks will be Justin Herbert, Shedeur Sanders. Josh Allen was voted as the starter, but Josh Allen popped up today with a boot on his foot, so he's 9 times out of 10 he's not playing in the Pro Bowl. But what people are misunderstanding about all of this is why and how Shedeur Sanders became a Pro Bowler. Let's start with the AFC East. We're only going to talk about the AFC because this is the only thing that matters in this conversation. Drake May is going to go to the Pro Bowl. We already established that. Buffalo, Josh Allen, he's probably not going to play, but he got voted. Tua definitely wasn't going to the Pro Bowl. There wasn't a single Jet quarterback that was going to go to the Pro Bowl. Let's go to the AFC North. Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers ain't doing it. Baltimore, Lamar was hurt, and he's still hurt, so he's gonna nurse himself back to health. Joe Burrow, same thing, hurt, not doing it. You're not gonna send Joe Flacco. I'm gonna skip over Cleveland, go straight to Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence turned it down. Don't know why he did that. CJ Stroud was banged up throughout the season as well. I do believe he turned it down as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. We can get back to that. Indianapolis Colts, the only quarterback that would have went was Daniels. His ass got hurt. My bad. I drank some coffee, so it's just sitting in my chest right now. So just bear with me. Tennessee, no quarterback there unless you think Cam Ward. But if you're going to pick out of Shedeur and Cam Ward, Shedeur is going to sell more tickets. So Shedeur wins that. Let's go to the AFC West with Denver. Of course, their quarterback got hurt. We said Justin Herbert's going to go. Mahomes is hurt, and we definitely not sending Geno. So by process of elimination, Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. Now, is it a flaw in the system? It's not a flaw in the system the way everybody's making it seem as if, oh, they just put Shedeur there because. No. A lot of the quarterbacks from the AFC are hurt or in the Super Bowl at the moment. And then the guys that are going. Everybody else sucked in the AFC. The AFC quarterback carousel was terrible this year. It was just a lot of injured quarterbacks, a lot of bad quarterback play. He gets in based off of that all of that nonsense. Now, I feel like this is a good thing for Shedeur, because now it gives him the confidence. He can build off of this. He can move forward into next season with this under his belt. He can say he is now a Pro Bowl quarterback. And for those people that say this is a slap in the face, no one had a problem with Tyler Huntley a couple years ago when he made the Pro Bowl. He was terrible. His season was worse than Shedeur's this year, and he made the Pro Bowl. And no one said anything about it. And they called him a Pro Bowl quarterback. So if it was okay for Tyler Huntley and a couple of these other guys that made the Pro Bowls, it's okay for Shedeur. It's not that big of a deal. He'll move on from this. Other guys will move on from this. It was just, to quote Shedeur, it was perfect timing. Okay? A lot of the quarterbacks in the AFC were hurt. A lot of quarterbacks in the AFC didn't want to participate due to nagging injuries throughout the season. So for him, it just happens to fall to him. Look, he was literally the second to last person on the list. It just fell to him. It was perfect timing. Now he can put Pro Bowl quarterback on his resume. Now, let's get to some of the comments by one Emmanuel Acho. You know how I feel about Acho. I'm very up and down with Emmanuel Acho. He can be good. He can be horrible. And then sometimes he's just in the middle. So the Cleveland Browns hired, hold on, let me get this, Todd Monken to be their new head coach over there in Cleveland. For people who don't know Todd Monken, he was the OC over there in Georgia for a little bit. He did coach and was the OC in Cleveland a couple years back under Freddie Kitchens. And then the last couple of years, of course, in Baltimore with John Harbaugh, Lamar, and all of those things. So with that being said, he gets hired. And this is what Emmanuel Acho had to say about the hiring in Cleveland.
If I'm Shedeur or anybody in that locker room, why am I listening to Todd Monken? Any expectation for Shedeur Sanders under Todd Monken, I believe, will lead to disappointment. There is nothing about Todd Monken as a head coach that should get you excited. As an offensive coordinator, you could say Lamar Jackson had an MVP season under Todd Monken. As an offensive coordinator, Lamar Jackson had 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions under Todd Monken. As an offensive coordinator, you can make arguments under Todd Monken. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships at Georgia under Todd Monken. But as a head coach, nothing about Todd Monken as a head man gets me excited. If I'm Shedeur or anybody in that locker room, why am I listening to Todd Monken? What have you won on an NFL level as a head coach? You're not even a head coach on an NFL level. So I don't even have expectation for Shedeur under Todd Monken, because I believe any expectations I would have, he would not meet. Because why am I excited about it, T? Why?
Why are you so fucking stupid? Most first-time head coaches have never been head coaches. So how can he prove that he can be a head coach until he's a head coach? Your boy Kevin Stefanski, because you love Kevin Stefanski, he wasn't a head coach before he became a head coach. He's the head coach in Atlanta. Why would anyone in Atlanta be excited about Kevin Stefanski? He's done absolutely nothing. He hasn't been successful with any quarterback. No running back, wide receiver. No one has had a career season under Kevin Stefanski. At least we can say Todd Monken, underneath him, Georgia won 2 national championships. If you look at the players that were on those teams and how they progressed and how they became good players, you can say that. You can say Lamar Jackson had his best season as a pro under Todd Monken. We can't say any of those things about Kevin Stefanski. First time, we have to get out of this cycle of where we just recycling shitty coaches. Kevin Stefanski is a shitty coach. There is no reason for anybody in Atlanta to be excited about Kevin Stefanski being their head coach. Not even a little bit. There's no evidence of anything exciting about Kevin Stefanski being your head coach. If you are the Cleveland Browns and you bring in Todd Monken, you can be excited. Do you know why you can be excited? Because Todd Monken wanted to draft Shedeur Sanders last year. You actually have a head coach who's invested into the guy that you drafted to play quarterback. So it's within his best interest to make that kid great, because he wants to make that kid great. He wanted Shedeur Sanders. So for him to go to Cleveland and now have the opportunity to coach Shedeur Sanders, put an offense and build an offense around Shedeur with those young weapons, seems like a good fit. Because the guy that was there last year, Kevin Stefanski, or this year, last year, what's you say last year? He had no intent on building that team or offense around Shedeur. So there's a total contrast. So if I'm in the Cleveland locker room, if I'm in the Cleveland building, I am excited that we have a coach who's excited to coach the young quarterback. That's what you want. You want someone who believes in the kid that you drafted. He wasn't even on your team when he wanted to draft him. So that's why. And again, new head coaches don't have experience being head coaches. So, of course, you don't have anything to go off of, but I'd rather go into that knowing, you know what, we might have something good here, but we'll wait and see, than knowing someone like Kevin Stefanski is just trash. The Falcons know he's garbage. You got 6 years of Kevin Stefanski being garbage. They shouldn't be excited. Atlanta should not be excited. They should be worried. They should be terrified that they're going to basically become Cleveland of the South. A talented roster with an underachieving head coach. Because Kevin Stefanski is supposed to be an offensive guy and supposed to be a quarterback guru. He's never had a top offense, and he's never developed a quarterback. So what is Michael Penix going to end up being in Atlanta? What is Drake May? What is Bijan Robinson? What is Kyle Pitts? What is Darnell Mooney? What is this dynamic young offense that we saw last year? What is it going to look like under Kevin Stefanski? We have no idea. But we can go based off the past. It's going to be trash. It's going to be garbage. Because that's what he's done with every offense that he's had in the NFL. It's been garbage. He's had a couple blips on the radar, you know, where the offense looked good when he had Odell and he had Jarvis Landry and he had Baker and Nick Chubb, and the offense looked good. But outside of that, absolute disaster. I'd rather look forward to a guy like Todd Monken. Because at least we know Todd Monken offensively, he can do some things. We know with quarterbacks, he can do some things. He has a resume of developing quarterbacks. He has a resume of a quarterback having a career year underneath him. We've seen what the Todd Monken offense looks like and what it can do. Now you take that into Cleveland with the Shedeur Sanders, with the healthy Quinshon Junkins coming back, with the Dylan Sampson, with the Isaiah Bond, with the tight end 44, can't think of his damn name, with the Njoku coming back. And you get some more pieces, that offense can look pretty good. But at least we can have hope for that, because we have hope, because we've seen remnants of this in other places. But again, Acho is Acho, and Acho is going to be Acho, and he's irritating to the soul at times, and it's okay. I don't have a problem with Acho. I have a problem with Acho's takes because it don't make any sense. First-time head coaches, you never know what you're going to get because they were coordinators before they became head coaches. You just have to wait and see. Nobody knew what Sean McVay was going to be because he was never a head coach. He was a wide receivers coach and an offensive assistant. And then he's one of the best. He's one of the better coaches in the NFL today. So should the Chicago Bears had not been excited about Ben Johnson coming to the team being the head coach? Because he was just a coordinator before that. But you saw what he did when he got to Chicago. He turned that entire offense around. Caleb Williams was like a totally different quarterback. He unlocked 2 running backs, unlocked that offense. That offense was dynamic this year, and it's only going to get better. So to say you've done nothing as a head coach in this league, yeah, but there's a bunch of first-time head coaches who have done nothing in this league that turned out to be very good coaches.
Yeah, I'm always here to save the day, save the day, save the day, save the day. What's popping, brother?
What's good, bro?
You know what it is, man. Another day, another dollar.
Yep. You know, so saying someone you shouldn't be excited because they're a first-time head coach or anything like that is absolutely asinine. Because why should we be excited for a coach who failed, who got fired from another job for not doing the job? Makes absolutely no sense.
What we got talking about? What's the conversation right now?
No, I'm just getting into Acho and talk how he was saying the Cleveland Browns should not be excited about having Todd Monken as their head coach because he's never done anything as a head coach.
Well, I mean, if that was the case, then no team should be excited about having a new head coach considering they haven't done anything, right?
That's what I mean. I pointed out, you know, how then the Bears shouldn't have been excited about Ben Johnson because he was never a head coach.
Yeah, like nobody should be excited about any head coach considering they haven't done anything, I don't know, as a head coach. I mean, should the Titans be excited about Robert Saleh considering how his first tenure went?
Because he failed, right?
Oh, okay. It's just we're just saying because if we're not supposed to be excited about new
But
directions,
the only
then
way you get a head coaching job, unfortunately, is if you got fired from the old job or it's a new job happening. Like
yeah,
either you
like
failed or you have no experience. Those are the only two ways you get a head coaching job.
yeah, either you had one before, you didn't do well, so they're having you try again in another regime, or you did well in an assistant job, so they're going to give you an opportunity to be a head coach.
Like those are the only two ways you get the job, bro.
Yeah, there's not many other ways you get the job, my guy. I mean,
Like
this sounds like salt. I mean, I kind of sounds like you're a little salty that you didn't get a call for an interview, big brother. I'm just saying.
And like like I was saying, I'll just double back real quick. So I don't I don't want to repeat myself, for everybody that was listening, but Moose wasn't here, so. But I'm just like, Todd Monken was in Baltimore and wanted to draft Shedeur.
Yep.
So wouldn't you be excited that the head coach wants the guy that you got at quarterback?
Yeah. I mean, you have a coach that's excited to work with a young quarterback. Honestly, that doesn't happen a lot.
It doesn't, because what happens now, because most of the time when the head coach comes in, he says he wants his quarterback, right?
Yep, sure does.
Well, that's his quarterback. That's the dude he wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's already on the team.
Yeah. Already there. Don't got to do much. I don't got to do nothing. He's already in the building.
So now you don't, that top 5 pick that y'all got, you can go get something else other than a quarterback.
Yeah, I can go get some O-linemen, some more receiving help, put some pieces around the quarterback that I wanted to draft originally. We heard what he said to Lamar, right? Okay. Or to Shedeur, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Making sure we all know.
Yeah. So you should be excited if you're Cleveland right now. Because last year, everybody was bitching and moaning that the guy who was running the team didn't like the quarterback.
Yep. Literally. And they're still bitching and moaning that he's in Atlanta with yet another quarterback situation.
And that's what I alluded to that. I was like, so if Cleveland should not be excited, how do you think Atlanta should be excited to have Kevin Stefanski?
There you go.
When he failed in Cleveland, didn't develop a quarterback or anything, or how he handled the quarterback situation in Cleveland, why would I, as an Atlanta Falcons fan, be excited about Kevin Stefanski?
I really don't have any viable options or any viable reason for anybody to be excited for Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah,
he's a two-time coach of the year.
I can argue both those years probably should have been someone else. I think my boy in with the Texans, D'Amico got robbed.
For sure.
Okay, so
just few interesting points that we like to bring up over here. Nothing too major.
Yeah, so I'm not. I don't understand Acho's point on this, and it was just an asinine statement to make that that Cleveland fans shouldn't be excited about Todd Monken. It's absolutely retarded, stupid.
I just got a question for Acho. He doesn't have to answer it now, but at some point in time, are you a fan of Shedeur or are you not? Because this whole flip-flopping stuff, big dog, you got to pick a side. We actually had an episode about this, but
yeah.
When
I started off, I said that. I was like, Acho, I fucks with Acho sometimes I don't. And then somewhere he's down the middle and it's stupid to me, but I don't get it. Because 1 minute he loves Shedeur, then the next minute he's like, well, you don't want what's best for Shedeur. Like, this is what's best for Shedeur.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was alluding to, because sometimes I don't get it. But
yeah, like, this is what's going to be best for him as a young player, as a quarterback, as a coach coming in who's excited to work with him, who's going to build the offense around the things that he does well. That's what you would want as a quarterback.
You want as an organization, as a fan base.
Especially as an organization, but we're just talking about, as far as Shedeur goes, that's what you would want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else got me in a tizzy this week, man?
I few things, but go ahead.
Okay, so I try to avoid this conversation as much as possible, but for some reason, keeps coming back. Keeps coming back. Keeps coming up. It's like acid reflux. So Brandon Marshall did this bullshit.
I'm telling you right now,
pick
these
shit
dudes
for
is
me.
different. Deion was Deion. Deion, he carved his own lane. I'm telling you right now, Onk, if you played against Darrelle
So
Rivas,
were you trying to say
if you're
Rivas
playing
was better than Deion?
Hold on, let's go through the era.
No,
Let's go
you
through the
gotta
era.
ask- Wait, I ain't even mean to
I'll
get
say
this.
that. Hold on.
Are you trying to say Darrelle Rivas was better than Deion? Are you trying to say Darrelle Rivas was better than
This is
you
what
trying
I
to say
from a technique
Darrelle Rivas?
standpoint? From a technique standpoint, I put Darrelle Rivas over the playmaker. Prime time. Yes. Now, from playmaking
Dog,
ability,
ain't no way, dog.
he's different. Let me tell you why. Oh,
I can't. You know what? Go ahead. Go.
No. Listen.
I can't even.
Oh, listen to this. This era.
I'm not gonna listen to it no more because it's fucking stupid. Everybody who follows the show, everybody who's been following me on Instagram, on TikTok, you already know how I feel about this situation, and you know how I feel about this conversation. There is never, ever a time on a football field where Darrelle Rivas did his job. Technically, not technically, I don't give a fuck how you want to break that shit down. He's never done his job as a cornerback better than Deion Sanders. Never.
I want this all this. Brandon Marshall, please, don't piss me off today. Because we can't be sitting here trying to separate the bullshit, okay? Who was better, Prime or Reeve? And you trying to separate, this person was more, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Because if he was, he would have had a better career. He did not. I'm sorry. That's just, it is what it is. No, we're not doing this, bro. No.
Do you know how I know Darrelle Rivas technically wasn't more sound than Deion Sanders? Because technique is something that you don't lose even when you get old. Okay? Technique is something that you do not lose when you get old. Deion Sanders was still a very good cover corner when he was 38, 39 years old.
37, 38, 39 years old. Y'all don't remember him when he was on the Ravens locking shit.
As a that's what technique is. You know who wasn't good in their 30s as a cornerback? Darrelle Rivas.
You know who wasn't good after they tore their ACL? It was Darrelle Rivas.
Yes. Technique you don't lose, dog. You could watch Deion when he was on the Redskins. Watch it when he was on the Baltimore Ravens when he was older. Technique, you don't lose it. So if we're going to talk about who was more technically sound, it was Deion Sanders.
Yeah, it's always been Deion. Literally by far. It's never been close.
Now, because we're going to get back into this dumbass conversation of where does Darrelle Rivas rank all time? And, if he's not number one, then he's definitely number two. No, the fuck.
No, he is not. No, he is not.
No, he's not better than Charles Woodson. He's not better than Charles Woodson. He's not better than Champ Bailey.
Period.
He's not better than Rod Woodson.
Period.
Dick Knight, Train Lane. He's not better than Darryl Green.
Period.
He's not better than
Period.
Eric Allen, Aeneas Williams. I can run all of these names down.
Period. And Aeneas is my cousin. He's nowhere near better than Aeneas. That's blood. That's blood relative. There's no way. There's no way.
Like
absolutely no way.
And they love. And I found another thing because everybody was talking about how they love. They love talking about that 07 season. That's their crown jewel. They love that shit. 07. Oh my God. That best season for a cornerback ever.
It was
Deion Sanders.
It was peak. That's all I hear.
Peak, yeah. Deion Sanders had a season way better than that. Trumps it. But I found somebody else. Somebody everybody kind of forgets about. But this was the next year in 08.
In 2008, Raiders opponents attempted 478 passes. The men covered by Nnamdi Asomugha caught only 15. Despite shadowing Randy Moss, Andre Johnson, Tony Gonzalez, and Steve Smith, Asomugha didn't give up a touchdown the entire season.
The Chiefs need to work on D'Angelo Hall, not Nnamdi Asomugha, their best corner.
So this is what he's had to face over the last few weeks. Brandon Marshall didn't allow a reception there. Tony Gonzalez, that was a great battle between those two.
You don't see corners matched up on tight ends very much man-to-man. Nnamdi Asomugha, big enough, physical enough to go outside and go man-to-man on Tony Gonzalez. Everybody knew that with the matchups with the Raiders, with Nnamdi Asomugha, expecting him to get a lot of one-on-one, he wasn't going to be a huge factor in the passing game.
In 2008,
Yeah, that was the next season. Nnamdi Asomugha's season was, I'm gonna say it was way better. I'm gonna say it was
way better. And this is the reason why. This is this is my guy. Okay, this is the reason why this is my co-host, my partner. All right, this is the reason why we be in synergy, and we don't even have to talk about shit, because I was literally going to bring up Nnamdi and how his season, his one season compared to Rivas's one season, it's not even close, bro. Nnamdi legitimately shut down a whole half of a field for the Raiders. Like, it was bad to the point where they didn't even target that side. Everybody wants to talk about Rivas Island and stuff like that. He was still acquiring targets. If you go look at the targets compared to the best corners in the league, Rivas was still getting targeted very heavily.
Yep.
That should tell y'all something.
Yep. And like that 07 season, again, a lot of people don't know this because they probably just, it kind of glossed over a little bit. But Charles Woodson won Defensive Player of the Year that year. A cornerback won Defensive Player of the Year. So 07 for Darrelle Rivas can't be the best season ever by a cornerback when a cornerback won Defensive Player of the Year that year. It just doesn't make sense. The math's not mathing. And, we had other podcasts. I had to call them out on certain things. You can't say Darrelle Rivas is a top 3 cornerback of all time, and then you do your list and you said that Darrelle Rivas was a top 3 cornerback in the 2010s. And the 2 cornerbacks above him are not in the top 3 of all time. Patrick Peterson and Richard Sherman. Now, unless you got Patrick Peterson and Richard Sherman, number 1 and number 2 all time, there's no way in hell Darrelle Rivas can be a top 3 cornerback all time if he wasn't even top 3. He was only top 3 in the decade and the era in which he played. Math is not mathing. Okay? I'm tired of this, like this conversation of that fucking resort, that hedonism island that fucking Darrelle Rivas opened up where he was getting fucked. Look, I want people to go back. Look up Stevie Johnson highlights, and you tell me how many times you spot Darrelle Rivas in it. Just go do it. Stevie Johnson. Just go. Do a little bit of research. Go look.
Yeah, Stevie Johnson, Chabot College graduate, community college. Yeah, just want everybody to know that Stevie is really like that. Cooked him on multiple occasions, and it was a consistent too. Like, it wasn't like, oh, Stevie got him one game and Darrelle got him the next. No, Stevie cooked him on majority occasions. Just want to let everybody know that. And that magical 09 season, that magical season there, he locked up everybody. Half those receivers were old as shit.
Yeah, those 3, I don't even think it was 3 or 4 years, but they were definitely overrated. Like, I can't, because you got a cool nickname and shit for it, people, they kind of blow it out of proportion. Like,
Rivas Island, he is Island. That's not.
Yeah, because they'll say, he held Randy Moss to 3 catches and 40 yards. Completely missing that they lost that game by 30 points because on the other side, the other receiver, I think it was Julian Edelman or Wes Welker, one of them niggas.
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker. He had 183 yards on the other side of the field cooking.
Quite literally.
There's no reason for me to go on the other side of the field. He's cooking on this side of the field.
Why do I need to do that when I already have a guy that's already like, come on, bro? What are we doing here?
Yeah, Aeneas. Yeah, I mentioned Aeneas Williams. Like, but a lot of people don't. It's hard for everybody to understand the history of sports. It's hard for them to go backwards and see guys, because if you're using 2025 and 2026 eyes to go back and look at the things that were happening in the 80s and the 90s, it's going to look weird to you. It's not going to look the same.
It's going to look crazy because the rules were different and players played different. We played a lot more aggressively and free. Like, of course it's going to look different. So a lot of people are going to attribute that to it not being as good. But it's like, nah, these guys back in the day were actually better because of the stuff that they had to endure during the game.
Like when them niggas said you played man, cover zero is a real thing.
Yeah. Like y'all know, y'all probably think it's only a Madden thing now, but it's actually a game plan that people used to run.
That's how corners had when corners played man to man in the 80s and the 90s. It was cover zero.
Cover zero. It wasn't no cover one. It wasn't no 2-man shell under. Like, it wasn't none of that.
No, it wasn't. Oh, well, we got man cover two, so we got safety over the top on both sides. No way.
Yeah,
it was. You got that. You see him? That's who you got the whole time.
Yeah, we run a lot of people run a lot of fake man coverage.
T3, you mentioned the name. You can't mention Jason Sehorn because they don't know who the fuck Jason
Sehorn is. I was gonna say they don't know these key players. They don't know these clutch guys, these true ballers that when you looked at them play the position of defensive back and you looked at Rivas, I'm telling you, if you really studied the game of football and you really broke down this position, there's no way. And I'm not even trying to be like biased or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you really broke it down and really looked at the film, there's no way you're putting Darrelle Rivas as your top corner. No, there's no way. Not even top 10.
No. And I brought up another dude. And everybody get weird and they get upset. Oh, you fucking crazy, Mel. You got to stop with the agenda. Ty Law is a better quarterback than Darrelle. Ty Law was a better New York Jet and Patriot than Darrelle Rivas.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just go just go look.
Y'all don't know, bro. Ty Law was actually insane, bro. Like at corner, insane. Normally, players got the ball hawk moniker or the ball hawk name at safety, right? Because you were able to freely move range through the field. Ty Law was getting that at corner. That's how good he was.
Yeah,
and he was fast as shit. Like, we're not.
Yeah, like people don't look. You don't sit there and understand. Like Darrelle Rivas had a lot of publicity behind him. It was the cool nickname. It was all of those things. It was cool. But when it came, Merton Hanks played safety. Merton Hanks is one of my favorite players too. He was nuts. But it was a machine. It was literally just hype. It really was no substance behind it. If you look at if I put Darrelle Rivas' stats up on the screen and I put another random person next to him, the numbers look goofy. They look dumb. Like there's no way that this was a Pro Bowl cornerback. This was an all-pro corner. Like his numbers are ass.
Literally. And like when y'all have these conversations, it's funny because y'all will sit up here and say that we're hating, we're doing this, we're doing that. It's a crazy agenda. Like Mel said, oh, stop. You got to stop with the narratives. But it's like, nah, like we watched this game, bro, for 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years, bro. You gonna sit up here and tell us who was, and when we're looking at it, the eye test, who was that much better than your guy? Like, y'all don't want to admit it, right? But a lot of your favorite athletes, a lot of the guys who y'all have above the legends and who you guys have in your top 10, y'all have them there because they benefited from the social media era.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I love when I get called, oh, well, you just an old head, you old head. Yes, but you got to understand this. I've been watching this game since the 80s. Watching since the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, the 2010s, now the 2020s. I got five decades under my belt. You lucky if you got 2.
Like literal lifetimes. of us watching the game of football, playing the game. Like me and Mel combined have played the game of football longer than a lot of people have been alive.
100%. Like being an old head, I have more frame of reference than you do. I watched Deion Sanders' entire career. I watched Darrelle Rivas' entire career. I'm not biased. I have more information. That's all it is. I have more information. You only watch Darrelle Rivas, kinda, and you watch some YouTube clips of Deion Sanders and think you know what you're talking about. I watched both of that shit happen in real time.
And this is the beautiful part about it, right? Because Mel had the great opportunity to watch both of these guys get drafted and watch both of their careers play out so that he can make ample criticism or ample ranking based off the beginning and end of both their careers. It's not like, oh, well, he came in through the middle of Deion's career, in the middle of, no, he watched both of them get drafted and both of their careers play out. You can't sit up there and tell him who's better when he watched both of them from conception to finish.
And that's the part of being an old head. This is why I embrace the old head moniker. It's because I have all the information. You don't. You don't even know what the climate was in the 1990s. You don't know what that was. You don't know what the game of football was like back then. I do, because I was playing it back then. I was in the midst of it back then. I know what it was in the 2000s. I was playing college football at the time. I know what it was about. You don't. You was a kid.
A lot of the stuff that we have to reference or we have to go look up, he was there for. He watched it live, in person, in action. Like Sundays, Saturdays. Like this, he was there watching everything unfold. And he watched the change of the game. He watched the changing of the rules. He watched the evolution of the game. He's seen everything. So watching the game from his perspective, when he was a kid growing up to adolescence, growing up to young adulthood, and then seeing the game change, seeing the game just evolve in different ways and ways that he never thought it probably would. And then watching somebody else, all these other guys come in, the new guys come in, and he can evaluate it from not only where the game was, but where the game has evolved to today. That's the experience that we say that y'all can never have. Like, he doesn't have to go look it up. He can draw from memory. I remember this happening. I've seen it. I don't have to go look it up. That's the difference.
And you're right, T3. It's like they do. They say, because this whole narrative of what's happening now is better than what it was yesterday is not true. It's not. In some aspects, you do get some players that are better today than they were yesterday. And there are players from yesterday that are better than players today. Okay? Just understand that. Like, there's no absolute on either side. The game, it's a revolving door. The players are going to be the players. The game is going to change and evolve. And I'm going to get to another part of this section. Once I'm finished with this Darrelle Rivas bullshit, I'm going to get to a whole nother part because Shady McCoy, that whole speak show, them niggas pissed me off. But we going to get there. We're going to get there. All right. So when we're talking about the technique of Darrelle Rivas on the technique of Deion Sanders was ahead of his. He's a mutant. Because what he was doing in the 90s, dudes they're barely able to do it today. Barely able to do it today.
They really can't. If we're really breaking it down, they can't do it today. That's why they have to resort to other forms of technique.
Yeah, like you have to understand the reason why guys don't put their hands on receivers like they used to when they used to jam is because guys today don't know how to jam receivers. Because if they miss, they don't have the recovery speed to get back and play man-to-man coverage. You know who was able to do that? Deion Sanders, Darrell Green, Eric Allen, Aeneas Williams, because that's how them guys had to play back then. If a cornerback misses a jam on a receiver today, just put your hands up. It's touchdown. Put your hands up. He's beat.
You know what they call that? They call that strike the band. Cue the band. Cue the band up. If the corner misses a jam, DB misses a jam, yeah, cue the band up. That's tough.
Yeah. But the guys back in the day, the way that they had to play, the way that their bodies were tuned to go 0 to 100 real quick, that's how they played. That's how they
had to play like that. Had to be aggressive, especially at corner, especially at DB. Right? You had to earn your stripes on the field.
You had to. Because when they, like I said, I'm trying to go back and look and watch how they played man coverage. And they only played single high safety.
Yeah.
That's it. There was single high safety, man across the board, in press coverage.
I was just about to say, in press coverage. Wasn't no off, wasn't no 7, 10, 12 yards off, 8 yards off like they be trying to disguise people now. No, it was press man. And you were lucky to get a safety over the top because 9 times out of 10, they was putting a safety in the box for run help.
Yeah.
That was you.
That was the definition of a true cover zero. Everybody was locked up man to man.
Yeah. Show what you can do. You got this man on man, mano y mano, one on one. What are y'all? That was true one on ones before y'all started to like make it its whole big thing. So y'all before y'all started to think that one on ones was like actual real football. Like that was how DBs and receivers got their one on ones in. Right there.
That's how you make
whether
teams.
you was going out for literally whether you was going out for a route, whether you was blocking. This is one on one. This is a one on one fight, bro. From the start of the whistle to the end of the goddamn game, this is a one-on-one fight. You telling, and this is the reason why. And when they're talking about Diamador Lenore and him following JSN, and I tell everybody that at the end of the day, I don't care what y'all say, he lost that matchup because his coach did not believe that he could follow JSN all game. Back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s, if you were that guy, if you were considered that number one DB, the coach is going to look at you dead in your face and be like, "Hey, he's yours all game. Don't let him go nowhere."
That's what you did.
That was a one-on-one fight. That was a one-on-one battle. That was a dog fight all game long to see who came out on top, who was the true player, who was the true dog. It's not this, it just doesn't go in the game plan. So of course, nah, you're not like that. Nope. That's all it comes down to. You're not like that. And your DB coach and your defensive coach knows that.
Wherever Jerry Rice went, that's where Deion Sanders was.
That's where Deion went.
Wherever Sterling Sharp went, that's where Deion was.
Yeah.
Wherever Andre Rison went, that's where Deion was. Whoever your number one was, Deion was on his ass. No diddy.
That's how you were supposed to play corner back in the day. That's how we learned to play corner.
That's how we learned. It was my best against your best. That's just the way it went.
Yeah. That's why when this is how like I said, y'all don't know sports. This is how y'all don't understand the evolution of the game of football, because when the game of football started to expand and it started to get more fast guys at receiver, defenses said, we need to get faster. So they went to go get more fast guys at DB so that they can run with these guys one-on-one. It was always a mano-a-mano. It never was this doesn't really fit in the scheme. So, we're not going to have him do that. And we're not going to ask him to do that because nah. Can you do it? Yes or no?
Yes or no. Okay. Let's get to the second part of the conversation where Shady McCoy said this stupid shit.
I think Josh Allen is the greatest dual threat quarterback we've ever seen. And I don't care what color you want to use. I play with Mike Vick. Mike Vick was nice.
Vick can't touch him.
Vick can't touch him. He is 6'5", 245-pound quarterback that runs you over, run through you, run around, and he's fast, and he's quick, and he's elusive. He had a big cannon arm. He makes plays with all type of regular wide receivers. He got receivers that's inactive every other week playing. Like, come on. Who's the best receiver? Is it Shakur?
It's got to be Shakur.
Come on. He don't even start other places. Cam can't touch him though. Cam, real talk. Cam was, I played against Cam. Cam was nice.
Crazy.
Superman.
Of course.
Superman can't touch him though. Cam can't. And I think, and I know Cam get a little cocky. I think Cam, if he's just chilling, he had a little cigar, he had a little crazy hat. And I'd be like, hey Cam, you think you better than Josh Allen? I think he'd say, it's me and him. Nah.
I'd take a deep breath before I get going. Shady is an absolute idiot. To say that Josh Allen, another example, Mel, hold on, let me put this up. Another example, Mel, you and Josh Allen is the best dual count order because he plays right now and he can't get clear. Yeah, 100%. And for Shady to say, oh, I played with Michael Vick. No, you didn't. You played with Michael Vick, but you didn't play with Michael Vick. Atlanta Michael Vick is something different than what we saw in Philadelphia. Randall Cunningham, something different. Cordell Stewart, something different. Cam Newton. Like, there are guys that we can mention that dual threat. Just because Josh Allen is 6'4", 235, whatever it may be, that doesn't mean he's that doesn't make him better. Oh, yeah, I was going to get to Steve McNair and Jeff Blake. There's a bunch of quarterbacks. Put it like this, just a little trivia for some of you guys. He might not even be the best dual threat Bills quarterback of all time.
He's not.
Go look up Jack Kemp.
Thank you.
Go look up Jack Kemp. Do a little bit of homework. Check on Jack Kemp and tell me what you're looking at.
Oh, this is great. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is great. I see when we talk about the overhyping and the protecting of Josh Allen that the media does, right? And people are like, no, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. No, they give him his flack like they give everybody else. And we point out these illustrious examples. This is what we be talking about, because there's no way you're gonna sit up here and tell a whole bunch of football players, football fans who have watched this game.
Steve Young is definitely a better dual threat quarterback.
Easily. That Josh Allen is one of the best, if not the best, dual threat quarterback.
No.
Better than Josh. I mean, better than Michael Vick. Michael Vick, out of all people, is the name that they said. Is the
Michael
name
Vick,
that they chose.
Put it like this. And we tried to say Michael Vick, and I've gone on record for saying this, and I'm going to say it again. Tom Brady is the GOAT of all quarterbacks. Peyton Manning is the best quarterback we've ever seen in the NFL. Michael Vick is the most talented.
Easily.
If someone said, Melvin, you're going to, I'm a head coach and I'm an offensive coordinator by trade. If someone said you can pick one quarterback in NFL history to be your quarterback, it's Michael Vick. Understand it. And it's Michael Vick, it's Peyton Manning, and it's Cam Newton. Those are my three quarterbacks.
Easily.
And I love Tom Brady. But Tom Brady as a talent isn't these guys. As a talent. Understand
it. And why every single time people bring up Josh Allen, y'all never bring up the inaccuracies, y'all don't bring up the turnovers, y'all don't bring up
Marino, natural talent and ability. It's close. I'm not mad.
It's close. It's close.
I'm not mad either way with that.
Y'all never bring up turnovers. Y'all never bring up the fact that he doesn't know how to slide or protect himself. Y'all don't bring up the fact that he's really not smart enough to control the run of offense. And then on top of that, we talk about, he didn't have any weapons. Khalil Shakir, right? Oh, Khalil Shakir, that was his best weapon. Like, he didn't have Amari Cooper. Like, he didn't have Stephon Diggs. Like, he didn't have 2 top 10 tight ends. Like, he didn't have first round draft pick rookie that they picked, right? Like they don't have James Cook, who's been the best running back in the league the past year. Like, do y'all forget? Because y'all act like, and this is the reason why I always feel the same way I feel about Josh Allen, because y'all make it seem like he's doing everything out there by himself when he has ample weapons in order to make, like, Josh Allen wasn't good prior to Stephon Diggs getting there. Stephon Diggs gets there, his career takes off. Everybody's, MVP, right? Stephon Diggs leaves. He still has Khalil Shakir. He still has James Cook. He still has Amari Cooper. He still has Dalton Knox. He still has the best O-line. Still has the number one pass defense. What more can he ask for? But y'all make it seem like he's doing everything out there by himself. How does that make any sense?
Because he doesn't know how to utilize the weapons in which he has. Now, I don't know if that's an offensive coordinator thing or what it may be, but all I can tell you is he's got requisite weapons. He just doesn't use them.
He's always had them. There's never been a time where Josh Allen hasn't had him.
Season, Josh Allen, top 3 wide receiver, had ACL injuries. But I mean, no. I mean, they
Who had ACL injury? Besides Gabe Davis. And they had Gabe Davis, mind you.
But they didn't lean on the pass this much. Their running game is what carried them this year.
Yeah, because James Cook, like I said, led the league in rushing.
And
this will be the second year that James Cook is top 5 in rushing. Since he was a rookie, by the way. Like, we're not going to sit up here and keep disrespecting James Cook like he doesn't put that offense on his back in more occasions than one.
Yeah, like you saw this coming last season. Well, 2 seasons ago, really.
Yeah.
But to say like Josh Allen he's a good running quarterback. He's not Fran Tarkenton. He's none of these guys. Like he's not an act. If I told you it's 4th and 1, right? It's 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. And I'm gonna run a sprint bootleg with 3 quarterbacks. And I want you to rank these from 1 being the scariest to 3 being I'm gonna tackle this nigga and the game is over. If you ran a sprint bootleg and your choices are Michael Vick, Cam Newton, and Josh Allen, who's the nigga you tackle?
I was gonna say I can tell you the one person the niggas ain't tackling.
Like if they run a sprint right or a sprint left and Michael Vick has the ball in his hands, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're not catching him.
You're screwed. If it's Cam Newton, you're screwed.
You're double screwed.
If it's Josh Allen, you have a better chance of tackling him or him fucking it up than them other 2 dudes.
You have a better chance of tackling Josh Allen. You have a better chance of, honestly, and this isn't me egging or this isn't me wishing for somebody to get hurt, but you have a better chance of hurting Josh Allen. You have a better chance of causing a turnover because he doesn't protect the ball. He doesn't protect himself, and he's not that strong on contact.
Yeah. Because him and Cam Newton might be the same size. I think Cam is bigger, but I've seen Cam Newton in person. That he's bigger than the 6'5", 245 that they have him listed as. He's a big human being. Like he's massive.
He's very massive.
And he's moving faster than Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving faster than Josh Allen.
And he's tremendous. I want everybody to hear me when I say this. Cam Newton is tremendously stronger than Josh Allen. Like, and I promise you guys, it's really not close. It's really not close.
It's not close. Don't look at their measurables and think that they're the same person because they're not.
They're not. I promise you. We're talking about SEC build compared to Mountain West. They're not the same.
They're not the same dude. They're not. And people get they can overinflate. Oh, well, he ran for 7,700 yards in 1 season or 2 seasons in a row, and he did this. But a lot of his stuff come off of like scrambles and shit. It's not like Michael Vick. They were running quarterback draws and run plays for him.
Thank you. Quarterback draws, quarterback stretches, run plays.
Like when Lamar does it, they're running plays for him. Like Cam, they were running plays. Like those are actual. Randall Cunningham was running sweeps out of the pro set.
Yep, sweeps out of the pro set. I'm talking about boot sweeps. He just get the ball, boop, fake a handoff, fake a toss, and he's out of there. Hit the sideline, I'm going.
It's sad that Cam couldn't dive on that ball in the Super Bowl with all that strength and speed. So you're missing. All right, yes, he should have dove on it, but you also have to understand where the ball was, and he probably would have broke his damn arm if he did.
Yeah, because we actually seen that happen to Drew Brees.
That's how his shoulder got fucked up.
That's exactly how his shoulder got. That's exactly how he fucked up his shoulder. Y'all wonder why Drew Brees can't use his shoulder now? Like, quite literally, cannot lift his shoulder. He has to throw it his opposite arm. That's part of the reason why. And like I said, a lot of people don't understand this, but when you play quarterback,
those are not excuses. If you just look at where he was and look at where the ball was.
Yeah, no, look.
I literally said that he should have gotten the ball, but I understand why he didn't. He would have broke his fucking arm.
Yeah, and you got to understand that he actually did dive for the ball. He just didn't get it. Like if y'all continue to watch the play, after he pulled back, he did.
Josh Allen doesn't
end up diving on the ball.
Josh Allen doesn't dive because he throws that shit 50 yards down the field.
Josh Allen doesn't dive in the ball because he literally lost the fumble this past game, and they blamed the offensive lineman for not diving on the ball fast enough.
Like, he literally sat down to watch the ball dribble around on the floor. Like,
and here's the biggest thing that everybody's missing, right? Because a lot of y'all don't play football, and a lot of y'all were never coached in the game of football, right? I played the position of quarterback. They literally tell you, do not
get the fuck out
dive.
the way.
Thank you, Mel. Do not go near the pile. If you fumble the ball, if you drop the ball, you do not go near the fucking pile, because if you get hurt, that's your ass more than anybody else's.
Diving into the end zone and diving on the football are two totally different things.
Yeah, and he got helicoptered that play, and
he almost died doing it.
Yeah, and he literally essentially got knocked out of the fucking game. Like, if that wasn't essentially the last play of that drive in order to seal that win,
he was in concussion
protocol. Yeah, he wasn't playing again. That's why they tell quarterbacks to not do that. That's why they tell quarterbacks to slide, protect yourself.
Yeah, like we get it, like that, but those two things those two plays are completely different. It's like when a quarterback throws the interception. Most teams, 9 out of 10 teams, tell the quarterback, get your ass to the sidelines. Do not be standing in the middle of the field, because the defense tells the players on interceptions, the first person you look for is the quarterback.
Yep. There's a rule. That's quite literally a rule. Like,
that's a rule.
Any way, shape, or form of turnover, it's kill the quarterback.
Yeah.
Because he is probably the one that's going to end up making the tackle, because he turns into the safety's last line of defense.
I'm not capping for Cam Newton, dog. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not capping for Cam. I'm saying any quarterback. I don't want no quarterback diving in there like that. That's crazy work.
You're not supposed to. Your coaches literally teach you that.
You're too important to the team to lose you over something like that.
Yeah,
and I
get
it.
It literally teach you that.
And I get it. It's the Super Bowl, 100%. But if Cam goes in there and he throws his shoulder out or messes up his wrist, and let's say the Carolina Panthers do get the ball, but Cam's out for the rest of the game. Now
what?
It's the catch-22. You damned if you do and you damned if you don't. That's the problem with turnovers.
Yeah, that's the problem with turnovers. That's the problem with being a quarterback, because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, you're going to get blamed. If you do it and you get hurt, you're going to get blamed.
And you're crazy, because if you heard me and you heard us talk, I said exactly what you're saying. I said that Cam Newton isn't who everybody believes he is. I'm on your side on this. But we are just talking about dual threat quarterbacks, and you made it about who's better. This is the problem with when people get into conversations, you take the conversation to something totally different.
Yeah, it was never really, well, I mean, Cam is better, but it was never really about that. It was about
but that's what I'm saying. It's like you're taking it to something that we're not talking about.
Yeah,
Cam
like
Newton,
we weren't.
Like Cam Newton took the Panthers to the Super Bowl, did he not?
Yeah, sure did. And won MVP. And Offensive Player of the Year.
So we agree. So what you arguing with me for, man? What are we arguing about?
Yeah, I was going to say, because the best dual threat quarterback is Michael Vick.
Michael Vick is the best dual threat quarterback we've ever seen. Lamar Jackson, number 2. Yeah. If you want Randall Cunningham, Cam, Franz Harkington, Steve Young. We got a lot. There's a good list to go before we get to Josh Allen.
Yeah, honestly.
It's a good list.
Yeah. It's a pretty big list.
Cordell Stewart, like there's
Cordell Stewart was cold.
Like we can dance. We can get to a lot of people before we get there. Before we get to him, but no, he is not the greatest dual threat quarterback we've ever seen. That is bullshit. Shitty. No. You're an absolute moron for even saying that. Let's get to another moronic statement made. Do you believe Eli Manning is the Hall of Famer?
Yep, just not first ballot.
Okay. And I said this 1,000 times. Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer. Does he belong in? Is he a first ballot guy? No, he's not a first ballot guy. But if he goes first ballot, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be mad about it.
I mean, it'll be
But
we're not going to say that
TJ
what he's did in his career, he doesn't necessarily deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
right. What TJ Hushmanzada said, what has Eli Manning done better than Matt Ryan to be in the Hall of Fame?
Win the Super Bowl twice, TJ.
You can't look. Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan. Okay. If you like Matt Ryan, you like Matt Ryan. I'm not going to be mad at you. But if I was to ask you, whose career would you rather have? Matt Ryan's or Eli Manning? Who you think you're going to say?
I just wish I want somebody to lie and say Matt Ryan. Like, I want somebody
lie
to
and say Matt Ryan so I can smack you in the face.
I want you to lie and say Matt Ryan because everybody knows you're lying. Everybody knows you're lying. Like, and I just had this conversation on TikTok the other day. Yeah, I get it. Eli Manning, he wasn't the truly the best. He wasn't the most overwhelming quarterback as far as excitement goes. But he did it.
You never seen so many black folks ride for a bum ass quarterback. Where were y'all when Tavares Jackson was running around? I know all about Tavares Jackson. I don't know who you're talking about. What bum ass quarterback are we riding? Are you talking about us? I just want to know who you're talking about, so I know how to answer the question properly.
Wait. Are we talking about the same Tavares Jackson that? We can't be talking about the same Tavares Jackson that.
Yeah. I just want to know. Seneca Wallace is another one.
I was gonna say Seneca Wallace. He's from Sacramento, went to Cordova High School. So yeah,
I just want to know. Yeah, I just broke solo. I just want to know. But before I answer the question, I just want to know exactly how to answer the question because I can go two ways with this question.
Yeah, we can go multiple ways with this question.
Yeah, Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer, whether you like it or not. He beat Tom Brady. Look, for people who want to be like, oh, well, LeBron beat the 73-9 Warriors, and that accomplishment is great, and that's what makes you this, that, and third, yada, yada, yada. Well, in football comparisons, that's what motherfucking Eli did. He beat Tom Brady and Randy Moss. The Patriots were undefeated going into that Super Bowl, and Eli threw the brakes on that. That's what he did. That's what he did. I'm just talking about the year with the Patriots, when they was going for the undefeated season.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to say that LeBron did that and that's what made him well, Eli did the exact same thing, but in football terms.
Yep.
You got to give him credit for something. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you got to. And Tom Brady has 3 losses in his career in the Super Bowl. 2 of them bitches came from Eli Manning. It's got to count for something.
That definitely counts. And that's what I was basically alluded to when I had this conversation. Is like, I get it. Like I said, y'all want to talk about Eli and he wasn't this, he wasn't that. Sure, that's all fine and dandy. But him beating Tom Brady, one of those during expected undefeated season, but him beating Tom Brady twice while being essentially a wildcard team, that counts. Those playoff runs were legitimately legendary.
What question you got, T3? And it wasn't like Eli didn't play good in those Super Bowls. He played good in both those games.
Super Bowl MVP in both of those games, by the way, guys.
Now, another ridiculous thing that happened during this Hall of Fame voting cry. One Bill Belichick, since we're talking about the Patriots, did not get the requisite amount of votes to get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Have you seen Jimmy John's crash out on Twitter?
No, he crashed out. I didn't see him crash out.
Jimmy John got on Twitter and Jimmy Johnson was tripping on Twitter. Okay, I'm talking about he was calling everybody except the title guys. What? They got Jimmy John out his seat and he is upset. He is not happy. He's calling people cowards. He's calling people bitches. He's saying, I want the voters to stand up front, and Jimmy John ain't happy right now.
Well, I said the same thing when I first heard it. I was like, well, if you didn't vote for Bill, I don't care how you feel about Bill Belichick. I don't care about any of that. If you did not vote for Bill Belichick to go if there was anybody that deserved a unanimous vote to go into the Hall of Fame, it's Bill Belichick. And if you didn't do that, you need your vote taken away from you.
Yeah, you need all credibility, all like everything just taken away because, and this is what I said, right? There's no way it makes sense to have somebody's defensive scheme in the Hall of Fame, but not put the person who created it in the Hall of Fame. That does not make any sense. I do not care. There's no way you can justify not putting Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame when he has a whole defensive scheme that won him a Super Bowl in the Hall of Fame. How much sense does that make?
I'm not one of these people. The cheating, I'm one of these people. I played the game and the stuff that they're talking about, it don't bother me because you still got to go play the game.
Here's why it doesn't matter. Here's why it doesn't matter. Number one, just like Jimmy Johnson said, Bill Belichick wasn't the one that created it. It was the Kansas City coach, and which one of the voters actually used it, just like Jimmy Johnson used it. Everybody in the NFL had used it. That's number one, right? So if we're going to talk about Spygate, everybody was doing it. Bill Belichick was just the one to get caught. And on top of that, that didn't even contribute as to why they won the fucking Super Bowl. Next, number two, Deflategate. Yes, the balls were 0.3 under the PSI level. But guess what, guys? Guess what? When the balls are under deflated, that means they're easy to grip, right? Which means that you can throw them farther, correct? The Patriots had over 300 yards rushing in the first half of that game, which means Deflategate meant nothing because it did not help them win the fucking game. Yeah, they ran the ball.
But you still got to play the game at the end of the day. Like, just because you did some shit to a football and did some shit, nigga, you still got to coach the 11 guys on the offense, 11 guys on the defense, and they still got to go out there and compete and run out the plays and do all this. It's a lot of shit going on.
Everybody used to say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But now it matters.
I don't care. To me, it don't matter because niggas are cheating one way or another. There's guys on the football field, they throw dirt in your face. They tugging on jerseys. They pulling face masks. Everybody's doing something grimy on the football field. It's up to you and the team to overcome all that shit. I'm sorry. That's how I grew up. That's how I play. So I don't get into the whole, oh, he's cheating. Nah, man, I'm gonna bust your ass. That's just how I think. In your opinion, are Mike Tomlin and Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh Hall of Fame coaches for winning one Super Bowl? Yes. Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh are both Hall of Fame coaches. And for different reasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's multiple different reasons for why they're Hall of Fame coaches though. So.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season as a head coach. He's got a Super Bowl. He's done what he was supposed to do. Like, you can't, like, those things that being a Hall of Famer and then putting someone in, like, is he one of the 5 greatest coaches of all time conversation are not the same thing. That's the problem with Eli Manning. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? 100%. Are you going to put him in conversations with his brother and Brady? No. But he had a Hall of Fame career. Mike Tomlin had a Hall of Fame coaching career, or is having a Hall of Fame. John Harbaugh, even Jim Harbaugh, exact same thing. But are you going to put them? I mean, I probably would put Jim Harbaugh in that conversation as one of the greatest coaches of all time. But John Harbaugh, no, he's a solid coach, Hall of Fame coach. But that's it.
Yeah, that's probably the gist of it, honestly.
Yeah,
but Jim, I would definitely say, yeah.
Yeah, Jim, I'll put him in their conversations with the Parcells, with the Belichicks, with the Don Shula's, because I've watched him go to different places, and wherever he goes, that team gets better. And it's because of him.
Gets better. Like, it's not even like they take a while. They instantly get better. And you can look at Jim Harbaugh as a true quarterback whisperer, considering every single time that he's been to or went to a team that had a young kind of budding quarterback, he transformed them. He evolves them, and he makes them better. Like, you can never deny that.
Yeah, and that's everywhere he's coached. Everywhere, college, pro, it doesn't matter. This was going to be a topic, but it's not going to be a topic now because actually I did some more digging and some more research. I was kind of upset about when I was going to lash out at Cam for, like, man, stop bitching because he didn't make it to Hall of Fame. But then I looked at like the guys and stuff, the people that did make it to the Hall of Fame, and then realizing Cam hasn't been in college for a very long time, and the fact that Cam Newton not in the College Football Hall of Fame is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of where I was getting at. I had to do some more research too. I thought it was going to be the Auburn Ring of Fire, but it was not. It was the College Football Hall of Fame, and yeah, no, I know he wasn't there for long enough, but I do think he did enough to be there.
Right, and I think enough time has gone from him being out of college to having his pro career and all that other stuff. For him, he should be in the Hall of Fame now. I didn't think he should have been like automatic College Hall of Fame, but it's been long enough that you can. Because I'm looking at the guys that are in the hall that they inducted. I'm like, okay, well, these niggas waited long enough and they didn't win national championships or Heisman. So Cam should, I'm with you, Cam. You should be in the College Football Hall of Fame. I'm with you. Not lastly, but just going to piggyback off the Cam Newton situation. Jason Whitlock again stuck his foot in his mouth, and yes, Cam should definitely be in it. After I looked at it and I saw the guys that were in the College Football Hall of Fame, Cam definitely deserves to be in the College Football Hall of Fame. I don't know why he's not in the College Football Hall of Fame. He definitely should be in it. Jason Whitlock, again, we did a show a couple weeks back about the comments that Jason Whitlock makes and the type of person that Jason Whitlock is. I believe Jason Whitlock is Uncle Ruckus. I believe Jason Whitlock does not like black people. More important, he does not like black men. And again, he proves me right. And, Cam Newton kind of said some of these things, but we talked about it first. So thank Cam for bringing it to light. But to call a black man a clown and a buffoon is nasty work, Jason Whitlock. And you've never used those words to describe a white person or anybody else, but he loves using this type of rhetoric and these type of name calling for someone who considers himself a Christian, someone who considers himself intelligent, someone who considers himself, a man of God and all these things. He talks down on people a lot, and he talks down on race and how black people are clowns and buffoons and ignorant and all of these things. This is what he does on a consistent basis on his platform. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And I don't know who's going to be the person to put him in place. I'm trying to do it, but our platform is too small. But someone actually has to sit him down and talk to him really and just be like, yo, what is your problem?
Take his stuff away.
Huh?
Take his stuff away. Immediately take his stuff away right now. Take his stuff away. I'm tired of hearing Jason Whitlock talk. Oh my God, that makes me on nerves.
Right, but Jason Whitlock, he should be Allen Iverson. What you mean? I don't know what that means. Tell me what you mean by that, Big Mike. But Whitlock it's gross. It's disgusting. It's nasty. He does more division than bringing people together than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. And the way that he does it is he'll have the Asian guy and the white guy, and they'll talk about black people and black things and black this and black that. And there's never black people on there. No one checks him on any of this. No one says, you know what? It's probably a little too far. Or if you want to say that Cam Newton is a clown or a buffoon, there's a better way. There's a better choice of words to use. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, if AI can do, I don't know if AI is going to have a platform to do it. But he can articulate himself way better than what he does. But he does it on purpose to be like, what's the word am I looking for? Because now I'm talking about being articulate, because I'm not trying to be him. I'm not trying to use derogatory words or anything like that. But he can talk better, and he can use words that aren't going to be so don't worry about it. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's just it's just bad. It's nasty. It's hyperbolic. It's all of these things. He's trying to be provocative. He's trying to stir up drama. He knows if he says some of these things that people are going to come to the channel, they're going to listen to see what he said. That's why he posts them on Instagram the way that he does. But at a certain point, as men, as a man, I'm going to have to check you. But then he goes into the, oh, well, you know, so you're going to beat up a 60-year-old man. Well, you talking crazy, so that means you got to get these hands. If you wasn't talking crazy, there wouldn't be no threat of violence towards you. But you're talking about me as if I don't have a family. You're talking about to me or about me like I don't have kids, like I don't have a wife or a girlfriend. Someone who's going to watch this and be like, yo, why is he talking to you crazy like that? Because at the end of the day, I got an ego too. And at a certain point, it has to stop. But he chooses to do these things until someone puts him in his place. He's going to continue to talk crazy about black men, and I don't like it. Stephen A has done it too, but the problem with Stephen A is a lot of people don't fuck with Stephen A. Like, that's my guy. So I love Stephen A. That's my dude. He's from the hood. He's from the neighborhood. That's my guy. Like, I support Stephen A every day, all day. But a lot of people don't like the stances that he makes sometimes, so they're not going to listen to him about Whitlock. And that's going to be the problem. They're not the same, T3. They're totally opposite, bro. And like I said, I know the man. So I know Stephen A personally. Like, that's my guy. That's my dude. So people when it comes to Stephen A, if you go to his page, you'll see me in the comments, and I'm telling people that. Let me tell him, I was like, y'all don't know him enough to sit here and say any of the stuff that y'all are saying. Because
here's the thing, right? And I've been waiting to have this conversation, especially about one Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock, right? And I know a lot of people probably think this conversation is going to go the way or go a certain way, but it's not. A lot of y'all don't understand. Like Mel said, a lot of y'all don't understand Stephen A. the person that he is. And he tells you that all the time. He tells you the type of person that he is. And when you guys do certain things in your daily life to not affect the bag, right? Nobody says anything. Nobody judges you. Nobody says, oh, you're a sellout because you're not doing certain things.
Stephen A.
Your contract to your bag.
See, but this is the problem. One, he did talk about Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. And when he talks about black players, he talks about them in the sport in which they are playing. He does not talk about them personally. He has never talked about anybody personally. Whitlock talks about people personally.
Yeah, Whitlock resorts to personal attack. And here's the thing. This is the reason why I said there's a difference, right? Because a lot of y'all don't understand time and place, right? And y'all will sit up there and question or challenge Stephen A. because he doesn't feel or doesn't talk the way that you guys or exert the same talking points that you guys want him to talk about, right? But y'all got to understand, Stephen A. Smith is not whitewashed kind of person, right? He's a beat writer who brought his way up from the hood, right? Like Philadelphia Inquirer, National, like we understand his trajectory of his career. So when we talk about that, y'all got to understand that there are certain things that people aren't going to speak about.
I can tell you why.
Save the bag.
I can tell you because Stephen A. says the things that y'all say online. He says it on First Take.
And because NBA basketball players are soft.
Right, because how y'all feel about them, he says it in real time. The same way when y'all say, "Oh, Kevin Durant, that move that the move to go to play with Golden State was soft." The stuff that y'all say in the comments, he's saying it in real time into a microphone.
And then they don't like it because it's his job, and they feel like he shouldn't have to.
They should be protected by someone like him, and he's not doing that. He's doing his job. If you do good, he's going to talk about it. If you do dumb shit, he's going to talk about it. That's his job.
But this is the thing that makes me mad about this whole situation, because a lot of people act like I said, y'all act like y'all don't also conform to certain policies for the bag. Y'all got to realize something. If you say something wrong, if you put something out on social media wrong or on the live air wrong, that can cost you money. That can cost you a bag. It can cost you a contract. So in order to maintain that, a lot of people will not say what they really want to say. Because if you actually watch Stephen A. Smith's actual show, the Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube, He's so much more different than what he is on television, right? If you look in the interviews that he's been on with multiple different podcasts and multiple different platforms, he's way different than what he is on television, right? A lot of people act like we as Black people don't code switch, and him being on a very prominent sports show, he knows how to code switch. He does it all the fucking time. He's not gonna get up there and say some type of ignorant, crazy ass shit that Black people love to hear and sacrifice his bag. Because then all you guys are gonna call him stupid for that. Oh, why'd you get on there and say that, bro? Didn't nobody say you had to sacrifice your $100 million contract to say that, bro? We didn't say do all that. Yes, y'all did. Y'all called him a for it.
Didn't we have a show, one of our bigger shows, on code switching?
Yeah. Y'all literally say, I'll give you guys a perfect example. Y'all all applauded T.O. when he said that Max Kellerman is almost blacker than you, Stephen A. Y'all all applauded that. Everybody applauded that. Y'all all applauded that shit.
You know what we did? It's funny that we can bring the show back up on about code switching, because the code switching was brought up about one, Shannon Sharp. And we talked about how Shannon Sharp, he don't drink or smoke, but he did the Black and Miles, he did the Hennessy, he did all of those things for y'all. He did it for y'all. But then the second he get caught up in some bullshit, y'all turned your back on him. See, it turned. Oh, well, Uncle, why are you acting like that? Why you do? Because of you, motherfuckers. Because of you. Because he had to play a character when he was on Undisputed.
Yep.
He had to play a character, and y'all bought it. Y'all bought the Unc persona. Y'all bought it. Y'all ate it up. When he stopped being Unc, guess what? It's fuck Shannon.
Yeah, y'all loved it. Y'all loved it. Y'all loved the memes. Y'all loved the moments. Y'all loved it.
Stephen A. did not turn his back on Shannon. This is why I keep saying, y'all don't watch. Y'all have no idea what y'all talking about.
How? How did he turn his back on Shannon? How? He literally came out and said and had a whole ass episode on not only his podcast but also on live air on First Take. Literally spoke about the whole situation. What are we talking about?
He turned his back on Molly. Molly turned his back.
Left. Molly left willingly,
bro,
because she felt she was worth more money.
Exactly. Like I wish y'all don't know all the shit that.
Yeah, no. Molly left willingly because she felt like she was worth more money. He didn't turn his back on Shannon.
No, Molly
Shannon
thought that
actually
she was
told him
bigger
to stand down. Hold on, Mel, because this is what people don't even get. Shannon actually told Stephen A to stand down because Stephen A was about to call on air and get to tripping. And Shannon told him not to do it.
Yeah. Molly thought she was bigger than the show.
Molly thought she was worth more.
Molly literally thought she was the face of the show.
Yeah, she thought because she talked a lot more that she deserved a bigger contract. And it's like,
and
just because you say two more lines, that doesn't mean you deserve more money.
Stephen A told her, shut up.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get out there. You're not as valuable as you think you are.
Yeah. You Joy Taylors of the world, the what the fuck is the Jamel Hills, y'all don't people don't want y'all like that.
Why do you think it took Molly so long to get a job? Why do you think it took her so long to get a job?
Let me ask you a question. Have you heard of Molly since? Have you heard Molly?
She just got a job. I think she's doing like boxing or some shit.
Yeah, boxing now, but it's like even then. Have you heard Molly since?
Yeah, Jamel Hill, goofy as all hell. Goofy as hell.
Just dumb. Just dumb.
Monica McNutt.
Say dumb shit.
Monica McNutt next. Andrea Carter got her walking papers. All of them who were talking crazy on the show on fucking ESPN. You notice how they don't see them no more, right? Look, this is a whole. We did a show on that feminism and women in sports. L. Duncan gone, bro. We did. You know how crazy it was? YouTube flagged the video.
Yeah, sure did.
They flagged the live. They would not let us post it.
Yeah, wouldn't let us post it. And on top of that, we couldn't even promote it.
Like everything that is happening right now, we did a video on it a year and a half ago.
Everybody's talking about how Stephen A sold out, Stephen A this, Stephen A that. but y'all don't talk about, and y'all talk about how he turned his back on everybody else. It's easy to turn my back on people that bite the hand that feed them.
100%.
Because before Stephen A. was anybody else advocating for black anchors, for black analysts, for black journalists, for black sports writers to be on First Take?
Nope.
What about any other show? First Things First, Good Morning Today, Get Up Football, like nothing. None of them were advocating for black analysts like Stephen A. was. But y'all are so mad because he doesn't come out and say, oh, well, it's okay for players to smoke weed when you got a $250 million contract on the line. Well, he comes out and says, stay off the fucking weed, you dumbass nigga, because you got money on the line.
You going to don't lose your job over something stupid.
Don't lose the bag because you can't stop smoking for a fucking week, right? Now y'all same thing. Oh well, Max Hillman almost sees blacker than you, Stephen A. That was in regards to the Antonio Brown situation.
Oh, y'all love that. Y'all ate that up.
Yeah, ate that up. All because he told Antonio Brown that all he had to do was shut up for 72 hours and he would have got paid over $100 million. Same thing. I can give you guys examples. Colin Kaepernick.
Look, advocating and getting it done are two totally different things.
Yeah, I was going to say, advocating and getting it done are absolutely two different things. And then on top of that, right? John Sanders. How many black people did he put in? Did he put in front of a camera?
Like,
is it on Stephen A's level?
Yeah, like advocating, like those are two different things. Like he got it done. Like Ryan Clark getting his start, Monica McNutt, all of these people, like
they were advocating, but they weren't doing anything because they didn't have the pull that Stephen A has
to get Shannon over to First Take, to do all of the things that he's done. Like it's easy to get caught up in what you don't like about Stephen A because he might have rubbed you the wrong way because he said something about a player that you like, or he called a player out for doing this, but y'all never bring up the things in which he did well, because it's easier to hate someone than it is to applaud them. And I'm okay with that. It is what it is. How you choose to live is how you choose to live. I can't tell you how to do what you do, because I can sit there and tell you fucked up on one hand, and then when you do something good, I can applaud you and say, hey, that's a good job, you did that. I don't live in a space where it's one way or the other. That's just not me. There are things that I don't agree on with that Stephen A does or says. 100%. Are there things that he does and says that I agree with? 100%. But that's just life. You're not supposed to agree and disagree with somebody all the time. That's weird work. That's crazy.
That means you're telling people what they want to hear or saying shit that other people want to hear, and you're not expressing your true feelings. That's what that means.
Like, yeah, like, I mean, but it is like, even with LeBron, like, y'all know how I feel about LeBron, and I tell the story all the time. I was an extra in the movie Trainwreck. I talked with this nigga LeBron for 25 minutes, and I had to get on the phone and call my brother and was like, yo, this nigga LeBron trying to make me like him, because he was a cool dude that day. But everybody knows how I feel about LeBron. I can give LeBron the respect and credit he deserves when he deserves it. And I can be typical Melvin towards LeBron when I need to be. That's just part of being a man and being a person. You're not going to, there's no way you can dislike 100% of somebody all the time. That's weird. And there's no way you can like a person 100% of the time. That's weird work. My wife doesn't like me all the time. There's times I know she hates my fucking guts, but I know she loves me. There's times where I don't like my wife all the time, but I love her. It's going to be ups and downs. It is what it is. But if you sit there and you can fuck him all the time, that's weird. It's just weird to me. That's all I'm saying. All right. Good show today. Good show. I like the energy. The chat was popping. There's people popping in and out on the YouTube and on throughout. So I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody, because the numbers have been going up. The subscribers have been going up. I like that. I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing and keeps coming through. T3, Big Mike, everybody in the chat that was talking, going through it with us. keep it going. Like I said, 2026, we're going up. We're getting
All
ready for
year.
we're getting ready for the Super Bowl. We're gonna get ready for the UFL as well. A lot of football does not stop after the Super Bowl. Understand it.
No.
So
Continues.
keep coming through, keep joining. We're gonna get ready for the draft. We're gonna get ready for the combine, all of that. So stay locked in with us. We're gonna get ready for season 4.
You already know.
Season 4 gonna be crazy.
Man, you already know. Make sure you guys tune in to the rest of the shows throughout the rest of next week, because you already know it is Friday. So Tuesday, we're coming at y'all basket to basket. Thursday, off the glass. Wednesday, because I already thought I forgot it. Nah, Wednesday, gentlemen's talking. And Friday, you already know we back inside the huddle. Make sure you keep liking, comment, subscribing, keep coming back, because you already know we're not stopping until we get that plaque in the back. So keep coming back so we keep going up. We appreciate y'all, everybody in the comments, everybody watching, everybody that subscribed, and all our future subscribers. We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, come on, push your button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Yeah, that's the rapper we done cooked up to play. Inside the hood where the drip don't fade. Big vibes only when we step on the mic. Breaking down the game while we talking that. Hit follow if you rockin' with the style we bring. 5 stars on deck, let the podcast sing. We slide out smooth like a route run clean. Inside the huddle, too fresh, too mean. Catch y'all next time, same swag, new scene.